Okay, now we move on to our construction stage checklist. Now this one's pretty straightforward. As an overview, it's just got your general roles and responsibilities. There's a couple of checklists that are required to be used inside of this form, but it's really just to keep it short and sharp and sweet in this section, because most of us know how to build. You'll all have your own building processes that you actually use on site. For me, the biggest thing with these checklists are what happens up front prior to starting on site, which we've covered in a lot of detail, and also when we get to the end of the construction stage here, 4 weeks out prior to finishing the job, we then transition into the handover stage, where again there is more detail and checklists. But let's run through this form now in point form. And again, this is a recipe that we've used, and you can change this around to suit your specific job or your specific supervisor's roles and responsibilities. 1. Ensure that all steps are completed from the pre-construction stage checklist. Item number 2. Notify council or your principal certifying authority of a start date of when you prepare to start on site 1 week prior. That's just a standard letter advising of the job, the start date, and all your details there. And that is usually a requirement of most approval processes, that you give notification just prior to starting. Item number 3, complete a site establishment checklist. Now this covers a few points. Item number 1, which we just discussed, notify the council or private certifier prior to starting. Item number 2, send out neighbour notification letters. And again, we've already touched on the actual letter in detail in the pre-construction stage where that letter was formalised. It's just a matter of making sure that they go in everyone's letter boxes before you actually start on site. Point number 3, install builder sign or banner. Install any signage that the principal certifying authority or council may require, and any construction warning signs. Item number 4, make sure there's a first aid and safety equipment on site. Item number 5, install safety fencing. Item number 6, any sediment control barriers or measures that may need to be put in place. Item 7, supply electrical safety tails if required, overhead power lines or anything that needs to be terminated or capped off or made safe prior to starting. Number 8, arrange for any bin permits. Point number 9, organise any skip bins prior to starting. Item 10, any barricades that may be required for the skip bins. And item 11, install all property protection, which may include items such as ply and plastic over floors, doors, walls, just prior to starting so that everything is safe prior to demolition if you're doing a renovation. Once those items have been covered, point number 4, you're ready to start construction. Up next, we'll go over some of the roles and responsibilities.